Hey guys, Breadgut Gaming here. Hope you're having a good day. Today, I'm going to try to become the Pope to get filthy rich. I'm starting in 1066, and we're going to take over this Duchy of Zab here with a custom character. I'm going to have the Messianism Christian faith, so this will help me take over the papacy. I'm going to be Roman because that's cool. I'm going to be 18 since I need one starting perk. I'm going to have the Exalted Warlord education since I'm going to be conquering a lot. I'm getting eccentric for the 20% lifestyle experience. I'm going to have Reaver for a better rating. I'm going to have Syed for initial legitimacy, and because I'm the prophet. I'm going to have pure-blooded because it's a 2x virtue and it's great for genetics programs. I'm going to have strong for extra starting health. I'm going to have profligate for a little bit of prestige income, and thanks to a viewer, we also found that you get more men-at-arms at start. I'm going to have the adventurer trait to have reduced men-at-arms maintenance since I'm going to be relying on them a lot. And I have disloyal and reclusive for minus points so that I can afford all these things. I do have one extra point in Martial, and the full point breakdown is here. So once I'm ready with my character creation, we're going to be playing the default game rules with Iron Man enabled. Before we start anything, there's some initial setup I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is increase the tribal authority to limited. I eventually do want to become feudal, and there's a 10-year cooldown between each level of authority. So to minimize the time, I'm going to increase it right now. Then I'm going to go into my military. I'm going to invite some champions since they're pretty strong in the early game. Of the champions that I do have, I'll check my accolades. If someone can be a tactician, that would be nice, but it's not necessary. Tactician just gives me extra martial experience, so it'll just make me level up faster. Because I'm in a hostile religious area, I'm going to try to convert all of my knights except for my vassal. I'm going to leave them for later, and these knights over here as well. For this run through, I'm going to mainly use armored footmen. If I have a regiment, I'll increase their size by 1. If I don't, I'll just create another regiment. I'm going to station the largest men-at-arms, so it'll be this bowman here and it'll be this armored footman here. Then I'll pick my lifestyle. I'm going to go into the martial lifestyle and chivalry for the 5 advantage since I'm going to be a commander mostly. Because I'm going to be a commander, that's why I became 18, so I could get 1 perk. That way I can get the Stalwart Leader perk. This will reduce the risk of commanding an army, so it will prevent an early death from commanding. My plan next is to go down for Chivalric Dominance and Never Back Down. These are also good early game perks to do for strength. Then I'll go for Engineer for Destruction for the siege weapon to make my wars go faster, and also Organized March for my army speed for better rating that we'll see later. The last thing to do is to pick a spouse. So for this spouse, I'm actually going to try to go for a grand wedding. I'm going to need 490 gold in order to do a grand wedding. This is so I can get some renown in the early game. So since I don't have enough gold right now, I'm actually going to look for a child, and I'm going to look for someone who is not lowborn since I need my legitimacy. I'm going to sort by my martial, and I'm looking for someone 10 to 12 years of age. If someone has an inheritable trait like this girl here, then that's ideal. So this girl's actually pretty good, and I'll pick her. Now my plan to take over the papacy is to first build up my military. I'm going to need about 3,000 armored footmen to comfortably take over the papacy and also defend against most wars. I'm also going to aim for the Empire of Italia since this is required to take this mend the schism decision. So to build up my strength, that's why I picked the Duchy of Zab. So Zab here is one of the few realms that is still tribal in this area. And being tribal means that I can use prestige to quickly build up men-at-arms, and raiding is a very quick way to get up prestige. So tribal realms can really beef up their power very quickly. But before I do any raiding, I'm actually going to go over here to Pisa, and I'm going to take over his title here. I'm going to declare war. Let's raise our army. It looks like my vassal's a pretty good commander. He's actually better than me for war, so I'll let him take the reins for that. Then I'm going to bring my army over here. That one vassal is a clan vassal, so I will appoint a tax collector. That way I get a little bit of tax, even though it's basically nothing. This is a martial event, so I can either get this little modifier for some prowess permanently, or I can try to get a weapon and also gain some prestige and lifestyle experience. Since I'm young and pretty healthy, I'll try to go for this one. It looks like I succeeded, so that's awesome. Alright, and I quickly captured him, so I could also ransom him for some gold. So that's some easy gold right here, and I'll just besiege and capture his territory. Alright, I've now captured his territory. I also gain legitimacy because I'm a duke and he is a king. So that means that I gain more legitimacy. Now I'm going to start raiding my neighbors over here. So let me take a look at my neighbors. This guy's weaker than us for sure. This guy is similar to us. This guy is similar or a little weaker, and this guy is also similar. So I'm going to go to the west, up and around. Let's raise all raiders. Now, although this guy has slightly better commander advantage, I am a reaver, so that means my raiding speed's a little faster, so I'm going to pick him. So this one, no fights. If we go to this land here, we'll probably get into a fight with this guy and hopefully he'll come out. So because of Reaver, I'm going to take very little attrition. And then once I'm here and I've raided this successfully, you can see the enemy army's coming. If I have a better commander, I can change it to him. And now we're just going to wait for him to fight us, which he thinks it's pretty even. But unfortunately, we have better advantage and we also have more men-at-arms than he does. So we're going to easily defeat him. And that way we gain a decent amount of prestige and piety. And so I'm actually going to try to chase him. I'm going to change it to myself to take reduced attrition. So he's actually going too far south, so I'll just raid his capital and then maybe he'll come back up for us. So he's stuck over here, so I'm going to go chase him. Looks like he's coming for us too. We're going to try to wait right here. All right, and we got him there. And now we're going to chase him back over here as well. So he's up here. We'll chase him here. So I can also change into this vassal to make it a little bit more in my favor. All right, and we can change back to myself. And then we're going to chase him down over here as well. Before I finish, I could go for chivalric dominance. So that's going to give us some knight effectiveness, which is really good in the early game. All right, and we defeated his army completely. So for this one, we probably gained the most because we killed all of his men. The more men you kill, the more prestige and piety you gain. So almost 1,000 men gives almost 270, versus if we kill less men, then we get less prestige and piety. All right, so we successfully raided him. For this guy, we're pretty close now, so I'm actually going to come home first. I have a good amount of prestige. So once I'm home, I'm going to check if I have any prisoners, so I do. So you want to ransom them as soon as you do get them. Otherwise, if they're in your prison for too long, then they can come out as your rivals, and you don't want that. So let's ransom those guys. We're going to try to max out our armored footmen here, which we can. And then we'll let them replenish a little bit and then start raiding these neighbors here. That's probably enough replenishment. So now we're going to raise our army again. We're going to pick ourselves. We could probably fight this guy easily. So another tip is I'm going to go here into this city instead of this castle. So he's going to come and fight me over here. This event is just saying a neighboring ruler, my vassal, just did something to displease him. So either we try to appease him or ask my vassal to basically give him a big apology or say good job. Since I like my vassal better, then I'll just try that. Let me also check my council real quick. So my spy master kind of likes us, so we're going to try to sway him to make sure he loves us. If there is a better spy master, we can swap him, but looks like no one is better. These guys like me better, but their intrigue is pretty bad, so we'll just leave him here for now. So now this army is going to come fight us, but because we are here, you'll see that we have 22 plus 12 advantage. Versus if we were here, then we would actually lose advantage because when the enemy is fighting in their castle or controlled territory, they get the defensive advantage. But you can see here, we actually get this plus because it says we are actually defending here, so we get the terrain bonus. All right, and we smash his army like that pretty easily. We also gained a decent amount of prestige. I can now go and chase his army over here. Alright, this neighboring ruler is saying what's up. Alright, I can raid it and also chase him down over here. Alright, we totally destroyed him, so from that we got maybe like 500, 600 prestige, which is very good. We're going to raid the rest of his holdings here for some gold. Also got a martial perk, so let's go for never back down. It looks like someone wants to ransom someone, so we'll accept that. And we'll also see if there's anyone else. There's no one, so we'll just keep going. So I'm almost at the needed amount of gold. We're going to go here. We're going to go home. Oh, he came out, he wants to fight again. I'll gladly fight you. That's just basically free prestige and piety, so thank you. Alright, there's a peasant faction, so let's destroy them. Looks like they ran away somewhere. Alright, I don't have time to find him, so I'll just white piece it. Okay, and now we're going to use this prestige and we're going to make a second armored footman stack. And we're going to increase the size as much as we can. I'm going to station these guys in Pisa. I'm going to wait for these guys to replenish. So when I have about 1,500 armored footmen, I should be able to take on the Pope. So he is actually trying to gain some opinion with me. He's studying Latin. I could go for a little more opinion or just get some more prestige. Now the Pope can be notorious for murdering people, so just make sure that his AI is not someone who would try to murder you. I wouldn't get the prestige and risk reduced opinion if his AI was more dishonorable and willing to murder people, but because he's probably not going to be very likely to murder people, I'm going to just take this free prestige. But yeah, when you do get about 1,500 armored footmen, then we can actually start farming the Pope and use him as a stepping stone to take over his job. So this is a martial event where I can gain one of these commander traits. And out of these choices, if we take a look, aggressive attacker is great for us because we want to destroy the enemy armies to quickly gain the prestige and piety. Versus this trait will make raiding faraway lands a little easier. And this one will help against defensive advantages. So I'll go for this one actually. And once my troops have kind of replenished enough, let me also accept these ransoms and check for more. So I can actually raid the Pope. Also, my grand wedding is ready. I'll do that right after our raid. So let me get to a rally point in Pisa. Let me raise my raiders. I'm going to appoint myself actually. Alright, so we have 3,000 men and he has about 4,000. So he should be willing to fight us. And I believe we can defeat him. So we just wait for him to come. And then because of our big advantage difference and because most of our guys are just men-at-arms, we're able to just destroy his army. And that gained a pretty good amount of prestige and piety. And now I'm going to chase him. We're going to come down to his other lands here. And we're going to try to destroy his army there. And then his army is probably going to retreat somewhere over here. And so I can probably go over here. So I'm going to land here in 33 days. My hostilities with him only lasts for 30 days. So I probably want to go somewhere a little closer so I can maintain hostility. So if I keep moving forward a bit. I also got a martial perk, so let me just get Bellegistum. So once I am now hostile with him again, his army might be over here. But he also might have retreated since his army now is a little smaller than ours. So you see how that animation there? That means that he disbanded his troops because our army was too far from him. So he was able to run away. So we do want to try to chase him down back and forth as quickly as we can, which is why I like the movement speed from this education. But also in the organized march, that's why I'm going for the movement speed. That way I can chase down those armies and destroy them before they disband. So I wouldn't raid the rest of the Pope here because every time you do raid a holding, there's a 5-year cooldown, meaning that if I raid everything here, then I won't be able to raid him again. And his troops only take maybe a few months to replenish. So the strategy to farm him for prestige is to just raid just enough so that you're hostile. And then you just keep fighting his armies. And then you can go use that prestige to bolster your troops and also go conquer elsewhere. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually come back to Pisa. And I'm going to increase my troop size. Let me max out this armored footman. I'll also max out this mangonel. And before I forget, I'm going to host this grand wedding. We're going to host it in my capital. For the options, the third option here, if we increase it, we can actually get some more renown. And this will actually increase the cost by a lot. The second one will have just opinion. And since I don't really have any vassals, I can save some money here. So I'm just going to do this. Then I can host the grand wedding. If I can seduce my spouse, then I will try to. So here's my betrothed. I'm going to try to seduce her. And I'll just focus on this grand wedding. That also gives a chance for my troops to replenish. So we can't wait for our wedding. I could try to use the gardens to show around my betrothed, or I can do the wedding venue. Looks like this chance is a little better. Or I just gain a little bit of opinion. So I'll try this one. Looks like it worked out, so that's cool. That did give me some renown for all these events. So I'm able to use that early renown and go for a dynasty perk early. So I can go for noble veins since I love genetics. And so before I even have a kid, I already have this perk unlocked, which is really nice. So now we're back to this wedding. We have some complaints about religion. So I can say I'm ashamed of myself for some opinion, or kick this girl out, or I can pretend I don't hear anything, or just that I am going to enjoy it as well. So this choice will actually make her my lover. So I'm just going to complete that. So it's great. My betrothed is now my lover. And now I can say I do to marry her and gain even more renown. Now I'm technically married to her, so I can actually click on her. And although her opinion's already 100, if it wasn't, since we're already married, I can right click her and I can actually demand her conversion to make her like me even more. But I was already at 100, so it's a little redundant for now. So we'll just gain some prestige. So these are the feast events. So for these are two options where we can gain some lifestyle experience from either learning or martial. I do plan to go on the learning lifestyle later, so I'm actually going to pick this one. Otherwise, if these choices both were not useful, then you can pick the third one to get prestige. So let me get this first one. This is another event where I can try to get a low chance for diplomacy perk. I can just get a little modify here and loose opinion with her, or I could say that's a cool story and try to gain some intrigue, or this modifier here, or just gain some opinion with her and a weak hook. This person is not someone I care about, so let's just try to get the diplomacy perk. I don't really get it, so that's okay. This is another one of those events, so I can either gain diplomacy or learning or prestige, so I'm going for learning, so we'll go for that one. And then now it's to the consummation, so it's time. So I can either get the room to ourselves for this little penalty and she loses opinion, or just do what's expected. And we're going to pick this especially since this will give us more offspring. So this is another night to remember with my spouse. I can become the owner of this artifact, which is actually pretty good, and also give something to her, getting a bonus to seduce schemes. We'll just pick the first one. So I can quickly equip this artifact. This would give me some more monthly renown. And then the finisher of the events, we do gain a lot of prestige, some legitimacy, a small refund, and this nice modifier for a few years. So we're going to take that prestige and we're going to increase the men-at-arms if we need to. I actually have max stacks of 2 armored footmen, so I'm actually going to replace one of these pikemen with another stack of armored footmen. Great. And we also actually have enough renown to get the second dynasty perk. So that was pretty lucky. We usually only get just enough for the first perk, but this time we got enough for 2 perks. All right, so my prestige is pretty good. The Pope's troops are replenished, so I'm going to first farm him, and then I'm going to start conquering some of the lands that we need. So let's raise our raiders. I'm going to select myself. We're going to go here. It looks a little dark though, so if I just use either Control E or click this icon here, you can see there's actually a pox here, and I don't want to contract a disease. So I actually won't pick myself, I'll just pick my vassal. And then we'll just raid as normal, just not with me. So my wife's already pregnant, that's good. Alright, this is another martial event, so we can either look for some treasure or just raise the tents for this advantage modifier, which I'll do. So we should be able to win this. So we won that battle because of our armored footmen. Now let's go chase him. It looks like our vassal perished, so we gotta pick a new commander. Now again, there's a plague here, so I don't want to put myself. So let's actually hire this next commander. Alright, and then the plague is over now, and instead of losing legitimacy, I'm just gonna pay the small fee to not lose it. Alright, and that's an easy victory, so we can chase him again. Although I don't know if this army will make it in time. I do have another martial perk, so I'm going to go for Engineered for Destruction. Check my council. I have a missing marshal, so let's just put the strongest guy here, and hopefully we can chase him down. We might not make it in time. So it looks like his army flashed there for a second. Yep, so he ran away. That's not a problem. We'll come back later. So my daughter's born. She did get the trait, so that's lucky. We're going to educate her ourselves. I'm going to go stewardship since I love stewardship. We're going to disband. So we're going to start working on getting the pieces we need over here. So it looks like the Sultanate is pretty together. So let's declare war on him. Looks like our army is just strong enough. So let's take a look at my military. I'm going to increase my armor footmen a bit more. I'm going to actually wait for these guys to fully replenish before I try to take them on. And I might be able to also take on the papacy again in that time. Also, let me station them. So you see his troops are already replenishing pretty quickly. This is just some opinion. There's another plague. It's starting out in Pisa. So I'm going to summon a physician. So let's see. It's starting over there in Pisa. So let me quickly raise my raiders. And I'll pick myself. And I'll quickly try to escape by coming here. So between the physicians, there's one that's average, one that's poor. So let's pick this girl. It looks like she's also a wise woman, so we do have that choice for mystical treatment, and also because I'm eccentric, so we'll try out that treatment. Looks like we succeeded for a pretty good amount. Alright, so our army might actually be a little too big for him, so before I do head out, let me click on this little plus sign. I'm going to split off some of the peasants, and I'm going to actually disband them. That way my army looks a little smaller, and hopefully he'll be willing to fight me. If I'm too big compared to him, he might not come out to fight me. So let's go for this city over here. Alright, there's his army. He thinks he can beat us. And we can crush him pretty handily. We're going to chase him again. Here's a peasant faction, so we'll just say no thank you. Alright, we're going to continue chasing these guys. And because my army movement speed is pretty good, I was able to catch up to them. This is just an intrigue event, so my wife is maybe hiding something, but I'm just going to respect her privacy. And my wife liked that, so I got some gold, thank you. And we were able to smash the Pope's army, so we got a lot of prestige and piety from those battles. So I'm going to double check the plagues. So it looks like it's still not in that point of pieces, so it's safe to go back there. So once I raid this, I'm going to go back home. And before I forget, let me actually ransom these prisoners. Actually, I did forget that we had a peasant faction, so let's raise everyone here. Alright, instead of waiting so long, let me just stop raising and then we'll try to destroy them. Here's another child. So I'm going to educate my son. Same thing, stewardship in case my daughter dies, then I have my son to fall back on. Alright, we finished that peasant faction. Now you could recruit these people as commanders or knights, and sometimes their skills are pretty good. But because his opinion is so bad, and also he has a big angry modifier, I'm actually going to just execute him so that there's less people that can join schemes against me. Alright, so now we should be ready with a replenished army to take on the Sultanate. So let's actually conquer the Emirate of Alexandria. We're going to raise all of our armies, and we're going to just go directly for Alexandria. So I have another martial perk. For this one, I'm going to go for organized march. And now I have enough martial perks to move on to the next lifestyle. So I'm going to actually go for the learning lifestyle. I'm going to go for prophet since I do plan to reform my faith in order to become the Pope. So I'm going to go for the theology focus for some piety. That also reminds me I need to go to my council. I married a wife with high martial just so she can give me the chivalry support. So now my advantage should be pretty good. And then again, pay the tax for the plague. There's still a tax collector. We'll just get the 0.1 gold. Alright, let's double check to see if he has allies. He has no allies, so we should be able to handle him. Let's come get the other piece here. He's chilling over there. And our siege, you can see it's very quick. because I have both the Exalted Warlord siege weapon effectiveness and also the Engineer for Destructant siege effectiveness, it basically makes it so that my siege weapon has almost double the effectiveness. So that's why we can siege it down so quickly. And now I'm going to go back up here. I have a daughter. So I have a pure-blooded daughter, which is great. And because my religion lets me have unrestricted divine marriages, I will marry her when she is of age. But for now, I'll just stick with this wife for now. All right, we're going to go to Alexandria here. All right, and then we still need a little bit, so let's conquer this. So for learning, we can start our way down to profit. He's over there, but you'll see that we're about to match. He actually is busy fighting, so I'll finish early. Now, he does own Jerusalem, which I also need. So instead of getting a hostage, I'm actually going to just take the lands. So sometimes when you take the lands, you do get another vassal. And again, that's another person who really hates us. So I do want to get to high tribal authority as fast as I can. And now, because his religion is evil to us, we can actually revoke the title from him. And we're not considered a tyrant for doing so. So let's get rid of these vassals who are not ideal. I'm going to raise my army here. So he's going to rebel. Also, I'm going to try to revoke this guy because he's also an evil faith. This one is to sway my spy master, which is already at 100. So actually, I don't really need to sway him anymore. So let's stop that. So I got the nickname of the Messalian, so that's nice. I got some free prestige. Alright, we won that one. So now I can revoke that title from him. And again, I don't want these courtiers who really hate me. So although he has a little gold I could ransom for, it's not going to be that much. So I'm just going to execute him. And now we're going to go for this guy here. Looks like he's going to capture my capital. So let's see how many months. And our army's going to get there in 6 months. So it might be a little too late. So I don't want him to win the siege. Not because he'll win the war, but because I don't want him to kill my children who are hiding here. So what I'll do is I'll actually spend some of my gold. I'm going to set my rally point here. And I'm going to raise some mercenaries. So let's raise maybe these guys. I can either try to defeat him, or if not, I could just delay. I don't mind losing this battle. But we're able to just push him off. So let's get the mercenaries started on conquering. So we got another son who is also amazing. So what I'll actually do is, since those children are much better, I'm going to remove myself from this daughter. And I'm going to start educating the ideal children. So let's educate these two. I got to remove myself here first, and then I can educate him. We're going to make them both stewardship educations. Okay. Alright, so we won that one as well. We can now revoke again. And then I'll execute him. Alright, so now our realm should be pretty safe. I don't have vassals who hate us. So what I'll do is, for this second son, I'll actually give him some of these titles. And for this title up here, I could have a republic. So I'll do that. I'll just give it to some Roman vassal over here. And I can now put him on the council so he doesn't hate us. Looks like I still have a mayor who hates us. So let's take a look. He's over here, and that's because he's the wrong religion. So let's just revoke that from him. Alright, and then now we can, on this chiefdom, we can just give out these titles to someone of the Roman culture. And then let's check. So they just need to be on the council. So let's put them on the council. Let's put him over here. And now they all like us enough, so that's good. Alright, so now we can continue conquering. It looks like Byzantine is busy, so this might be a good time to take Byzantium. Let's see if he's weak enough. So I'm able to take Byzantium. I'm actually just going to conquer Byzantians. Look for that title. So here's the title here. We'll get started. We're going to raise all our armies again, and now we're going to go to Byzantium. But I'm going to first go to the side here. And then we'll just conquer this land. because I don't want to land on him immediately because I will have a -30 disembark penalty for the advantage if I go directly from water to land. So sometimes he might just be chilling on Constantinople. And we just have enough men to besiege them. So that's good. Have another daughter who's an awesome genetic specimen. So that's great. For perks, we're going to continue down to profit. So because she is sick, I'm going to actually get a physician. So right now my physician's good, so hopefully she can get good treatment. And we're just going to conquer other territories. Looks like someone's trying to murder my wife. Does she have a rival? She doesn't, but maybe someone nearby wants to take revenge. Alright, so we won that. And I do want to go to war against him later again, so I'm just going to take the land. Alright, great. And for the Sultanate, he still has a truce. We could murder him since the truce is with him and not with his heir, but the chance is kind of low, so we won't do that. Usually for Byzantium, the murder chance is really high, so we could just do that, since that should be pretty easy. In the meantime, again, we're going to go and farm the Pope a little bit, so let's rally over here. Now that my men-at-arms army is pretty big, I could probably just raise men-at-arms and then hit this little torch sign, and you'll see I already have 3,400 men-at-arms, so he should still want to fight us, but he doesn't know that we are purely elite troops. So there he is, he's coming. We're going to be able to smash his army. He didn't kill him completely, so we're going to chase him again. This is a murder event, so we either pay a little gold for a chance to get this modifier, or I could just send him myself for a little less secrecy, or I could just skip it. If both these choices are bad or risk making the scheme known, I would actually just skip it, but this is a freebie, so we'll just do that one. Alright, and then we got that army, so we're going to come back here. So you can see that I have enough time to walk over, and that's because my movement is so quick. I'm actually walking faster than he will be. This is another murder event, so I can pay him for this as well, or explore him ourselves, or just abandon the idea. Let's just pay him to do that. Let's not forget these ransoms. Let's also double check. So I have some ransoms over here. All right. He's actually right under us. All right, cool. So we smashed his army. So that was a lot of prestige and piety. So thank you. We need about 4,000 or 5,000 piety to reform our faith. So once I get that, I should be ready to take over Rome. All right. All right, for the Sultanates, I'm going to check my truce. I'm going to go to myself in diplomacy. So it looks like I still have 16 months truce with him. So in that time, I'm going to try to take out some of the pieces of Italia here. And you can see that usually Matilda has a successful independence war against the HRE. So unfortunately, it's going to make my conquering a little more complicated. So what I'll do now is I'm going to start getting as many territories here as possible. So let me first take Sardinia here. We're going to holy war for it to minimize the potential numbers of vassals. You can see that it doesn't really say if I will vassalize people or not, versus if I conquer Sardinia, then I'm going to have automatically at least 3 vassals. And again, these guys are not going to like us, so I want as little vassals as I can so I can appoint my own guys or give it to my children. So let's raise all our armies, and then we'll go over here. There's another murder event, so we can try to have him talking to it, or the scheme is exposed. Since that's a pretty bad outcome, we're just going to have this slightly reduced scheme power. So I got another son. Awesome. So it looks like my sister-in-law is trying to kill her own sister. Alright, we should be able to succeed. Awesome. We did get found out though, unfortunately, so we did lose some legitimacy and we became a known murderer. So more people will dislike us, putting our life in danger. And this even more so, we want to make sure our spy master loves us. If you feel like your life is in danger, which a lot of times in this area I do feel that way because there's so many people that we conquer from and so many people who really dislike us, then sometimes you might want to go down the intrigue tree and just go for Court of Shadows to get better disrupt schemes and also prepared for anything for reduced hostile schemes. So I might do that after I get profit if I can. So let's quickly conquer this kingdom title. I also want a kingdom title in case I do die. Then my heirs will not split the lands into multiple duchies. And then let's get this one. Alright, so we won this one. So we did get all the lands personally, which is ideal. So now I can create the Duchy of Sardinia. I could create this Kingdom of Sardinia, but I'll try to hold out if I can. That way I can use the reduced counties needed for a duke, which also applies to the empire title as long as I don't pass time as a king. So next I'm going to take out the Sultanate's lands. I'm going to go for Jerusalem if I can with a holy war. So here we can go for Jerusalem. Let's rally ourselves pretty close to him. We're going to give those extra lands to one of our sons. So let's give him Sardinia. Let's raise everyone and we'll go for his capital. And looks like he's sieging here, so we'll go back to fight him. So I have a learning perk, let's continue. Alright, so we smashed his armies and now I have the 2 pieces of land I need from him, so I don't need to fight him anymore. So let's actually get a hostage. We're going to go for the youngest person possible so that the hostage truce lasts as long as possible. So let's go for this guy. Alright, and then this guy doesn't like us. There's a chance that he might try to kill us because he's a blackguard, meaning he's very dishonorable. So he's very likely to start a hostile scheme. So actually to prevent him from murdering me, I'm going to try to murder him first. So the chance is not too bad, and whatever gold I do have, I'm going to actually try to pour the resources into doing this. So let's actually bribe these guys. I know it costs a lot, but our life is more important. Let's also put our spy master on supporting, and in 2 years we'll get profit, but we might die by then. So let's actually temporarily change to skullduggery, all to try to just kill him as soon as we can. So you can see it's still taking some time. His intrigue is not too bad either. So hopefully we kill him before he kills us. We actually have his wife here. So now the chance is maxed out. Let's actually change our guy back to disrupting. Let's go for the other chancellor. Let's get this guy. So I have the lands I need from him. I also need some more lands from this guy. So let's go for the Duchy of Antioch. So over here, we can go for that. Let's have our rally point here. We're going to go for this title here. So those extra lands there. Looks like our scheme is exposed. Hopefully we can recruit more people. Looks like we can't convert anyone right now. Let me just check to see if anyone's close or on the edge. So no one's close. This guy's kind of close, but if it was less than 10, we might be able to do something. So because I know I have an enemy in him, I'm actually going to create this Kingdom of Sardinia title in case I die. That way the round won't split too much. So let him see our new king. We're going to just put the artifacts we do have. So let's put all these banners down. All right. And we'll continue with the war. So now when I do want to make an empire title, I will need a little bit more. But that's not a problem. So hopefully this guy 50-50 we can do it. So he did increase. That's great. So emperor changed, but my goal is still the same. So you'll see that the realm can split because the Kingdom of Jerusalem is there, but at least it won't split completely. So we still have a chance. It's okay if I die because I'm tribal. I will always have access to this strong men-at-arms army, and as long as I have them, then I can still conquer whatever I need. It might just take more time. So we got a hostage from him. Let's come over here. So this is an event for a special potion. So there's a small chance that we're killed with this one, although we get a health boost, but that's not worth it. Or we can say only God gives us strength and we dismiss her, but we'll just say that this will isn't fit. So for this one, it's another murder event. We can get a little bit of a chance or just progress it more. We'll just get the slightly higher chance. Let's come over here. It looks like Byzantion's under siege, but that's probably going to take a while for him. So we probably have time. Yeah, it's going to take 2 years because the garrison and fort level is so high. So there's a lot of progress they need, and he doesn't have a great commander like me. Alright, so we won that. And I do plan to go to war against them later, so I, again, won't take a hostage, but let's just get the land. And he just kind of dislikes us a little bit, so he shouldn't really try to murder us. But this guy definitely is probably trying to murder us. So let's check to see if anyone else will join. Still no one, so unfortunately I'll just have to wait and pray. Now I'm going to go for the Empire of Italia. Let me first give out some titles over there. So let's give it to this daughter here. Give this to her. Let's make sure she's stewardship. Let's also give this son some titles as well. We'll give him Jerusalem. And then now we're going to start conquering here a little bit. So this is a really big mess. It's not very clean or easy to conquer. And before I do that, let's also farm the Pope a little bit more. So we'll raise all those raiders. All right, let's hope we win. We did not succeed, so that's not good. We're just going to have to hope that he can't succeed against us. Okay, so the army's still a little bit smaller, so maybe he'll fight us. Yep, he's coming. We're going to smash him, and then we're going to go chase him. I have an event that I could be a soulmate with my wife, so let's do that. We also can ransom some people, let's not forget. Alright, cool. She's my soulmate. Alright, so we got this war banner from the Pope, so we're going to actually keep it since it's pretty good. Let's replace this banner with the Papal war banner, and then we'll actually just sell the other one since it doesn't really do anything. So now we're going to go back. This is a raiding event. I could just get closer with my children. So this is my steward. She's going to try to assist me or just let me manage. So this will get a weak hook on me. I don't want that, so I'll just say no thanks. Alright, we did chase successfully, so we're going to destroy his army there. Great. Let me also see how much piety I need without profit. So let me create a new faith. We're going to rename it. I'm going to scroll down here. For clerical appointment, I want temporal revocable. And then for funerary, I do want sky burial since that gives a little health boost. And then this temporal will let us, if we scroll up here, since we're lay clergy already, now I can become the head of faith. For the marriage doctrines, these are all pretty good. I technically don't need to change this since I am the head of faith, so it's always doable for myself. But then this way, my family members and followers can divorce as they need. For down here, because I'm the Pope and my heirs are going to be the Pope as well, everything except it is nice because then that way they can't be a sinner. So I'm not going to touch any of this. I also like having equal and righteous, so I'm going to leave those alone. I will, however, change these. So we're going to change this to communion. This is the key tenet for how the current Catholic Pope gets rich. So characters can seek indulgences. This means characters will come to me as the new Pope and they'll pay me gold, and they'll just get some piety. The piety doesn't come from our bank, it just gets generated since we're the Pope, but this is how you can get rich quickly. I'm also going to replace this with armed pilgrimages so we can go on crusades. And divine marriage is pretty good since this makes pure-blooded a virtue, which we are. And the last one, if I can afford it, would be to change witchcraft to virtuous, but that one's pretty expensive, so we'll just see what happens in the next few years. So right now my focus is going to be trying to conquer Italia, and then after I do that I'll take over the papacy. So let's conquer some of these lands over here. So let's see, for this one, if I invade kingdom, that will actually give us a pretty good amount of land. He is pretty strong, however. Looks like his allies are England and Holland, so if I can murder him, that would be nice. Let's see if that will be successful. So we can hire some pretty good people, so let's do that. Alright, so that will be a work in progress. Let's actually work on these pieces over here. These are all separate pieces, so we can just quickly go to war against them. Before that though, Matilda's huge, so let's actually start chipping away at her. She already really dislikes us, so she also might try to assassinate us, so let's take some land from her first. So we can holy war her for a lot of Italy or some Sardinia, so we're gonna go for Italy. She's also comparable in strength. We're probably a lot stronger because again, we have all armored footmen. So now we're gonna destroy her army. That's very easy. So we totally annihilated her army, and we got lucky and captured her, so we can end the war very quickly. And again, I don't want hostage because I probably want to attack her again later. She really hates us, so we probably have to murder her later as well. Part of it is because she technically owns the Duchy of Tuscany still, but since now we own everything or almost everything, we should be able to usurp it once we get enough gold. Let's check if we have some ransoms. We do, so let's ransom some people. Pass a little time, and then now I can usurp this from her, so she might dislike us a little less. Not really, she still really hates us, so we're gonna have to deal with her later. She's also really smart. Alright, so for those lands, we'll give it to this daughter here. We're gonna give all of Tuscany. You can also have all of these Italian lands here. Alright, check our situation here. Things look pretty good. Check our progress, so we're a little more than a third of the way there. So let's start working on these. We're gonna holy war for a duchy if we need to. This guy here, we can conquer his county. Same with this guy, we can conquer his county. We're gonna summon everyone. Alright, we got our intrigue perks, get truth as relative. Let's check our progress, so that's pretty good. Alright, let's get the next piece. And let's get this one. Alright, we won that as well, so take that. Alright. So we could just give this daughter some more titles, why not? Alright, she can't handle temple. So right now the temple's the capital, so I could just revoke this castle title and change it to the castle here, and then now I could just give the title to her. Right, so that gives us a little bit of progress. Now the HRE does control a decent amount. So does the papacy, they control a decent amount. Let me see. So he has like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces in Italia. Although if I try to invade the kingdom, I probably can only take a little bit. So I can only get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I go for Genoa here, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a little less. So for Italia, I need 19 more. I already have max legitimacy, so that's already the biggest discount. All right, so maybe we'll wait for the murder so that we can split his lands into 2 duchies, and then we'll take, or actually he has 1 son, so it'll still be 1 duchy. So we might have to go to war against him first for one of the duchies, and then we'll go for the other one. So let's go for this one. His strength is comparable, but it's okay. We're gonna raise all our guys here. Also, we have a lot of prestige, and we're king, so we have 1 more regiment available. So let's make some more armored footmen. My daughter and my heir is sick. This daughter, she's not the perfect genetics. The ones after her are a little better, but I do like my children, so I will just have her get treated. So unfortunately, the treatment didn't go well, so sorry. My wife is also sick, unfortunately. For her, we can just say only a higher power can save her. So, okay, disease treatment's botched. But we escaped from the plague that's going on over here because we are commanding this army. Okay, so she somehow survived. For this murder scheme, it looks like we can do that one. This daughter survived as well, so that's great. So I'm not ready yet because I'm at war, so let me just wait a little bit. For this daughter, I can give Craven, Shy, or Paranoid. This is the event that gives all the bad traits. Out of them, I think Shy is the least bad, so we'll just pick that one. Alright, we got his capital. His army's over here, so before his allies come, because he does have a lot, let's go smash this army. Alright, smash both of those armies. Again, let's wait a little bit. We have a few days left. So we have 1 more left. So let's get this guy here. Or that's not even part of it. Let's go over here. For this son, we can be just, cynical, or temperate. Just and temperate are pretty good, but we'll just save the stress for just. So I could probably smash that army there. Great. All right, so we won that one. Cool. And we can probably give it to this son. He already has too many. This daughter has a few, so let's give this extra land to her. Let's check our progress. So we still have 7 more. So I think if we just take the papacy, we should be able to get all the land we need for the empire title. So let me just raid him a little bit. Alright, and then for this guy, we can just pay Hunter. Alright, so we probably have too many men now. So let's, again, break off some people. We'll take off the bowmen and the peasants. And then that should be small enough army that he'll come fight. And we can just get rid of him. Excellent. Alright, so my children will love this. Alright, here he comes. I can actually, if I want to, run up to the hills and he'll probably chase me. We got another daughter. Great. So, and here's the little tax for the plague. Alright, yeah, he chased us up there. So our advantage should have been a lot higher. Yeah, it was 39 versus 6. And then now we can chase his army again. Alright, and we totally destroyed that. And now that I plan to go to war against him, I will raid Rome just to get some of that loot. Oh no, one of my daughters was killed during a siege. Or sorry, one of my sons was killed during a siege. Now it looks like maybe he had some revolts or something. So that stinks. For the mental break, I do have the ability to get this Confiter trait, so I will just do that one. Alright, we're going to get Bounteous Plunder, we're going to do the raid event, and now I'm going to go for Rome, and also the Vatican. And that should be enough gold. Let me actually go back. And then now let's ransom the prisoners. So it looks like the Sultan still hasn't killed me. So let me actually try to get that discount because I do need a lot of piety. Okay, so still too soon to change the focus, unfortunately. For the learning, it would take some time anyway. Let's finish ransoming some people. So let's actually raid the Sultan. If I can capture him, then I'll actually just get rid of him. Alright, so my heir could use some tutelage, or everyone could get some diplomacy, or I could just get a little diplomacy, but we'll just give it to everyone. So we have some peasants who want to revolt. We're going to destroy them. So unfortunately, I can't raid right now, so we got to go back. So this guy over here, we're going to just get that free prestige. So it's another event. So we got paranoid or craving. So just totally all bad options everywhere. So unfortunately, paranoid is really bad because the stress will kill you. So let's just do craven. Alright, another intrigue perk, so Court of Shadows. So hopefully this gives enough disrupt scheme strength. So let me actually change back to the theology focus. We're going to try to go for profit, which is going to take about 2 years. Alright, so we finished that one there. Alright, and now I should be able to just go for the papacy over here. It looks like he's defending. This guy's attacking, so this might be the perfect time. We can invade Romagna here. So now let's move our rally point here. We're gonna invade. Here's another event for my son. He could be gluttonous, lazy, or compassionate. So gluttonous is a little reduced stewardship. Compassionate is virtuous, so we'll just give him the virtue. So I got this event to give myself the raider trait, which is a nice little trait. Alright, we can go for Rome. My daughter, unfortunately, has died. She's died from consumption, possibly. Okay, we got that title. We gotta get this back. I have another daughter. So unfortunately, those daughters didn't come of age. For my heir, I'm going to have her marry someone who has good genetics. So let's reset everything and find someone with good genetics. We'll see if someone is a genius. So there are some highborn geniuses. So both of these guys have pretty good stats. We'll go for the one here. He looks pretty good there. Let's take out the Pope's armies. Alright, so we captured him. Alright, we took over his lands over here. Now, I can also usurp this kingdom title from him, so I'm going to do that. And I can create this Italia title, I just need a little more gold. So I will have to raid somewhere nearby, which is perfect because I do want to raid the Sultan. So let's raise all of our guys as raiders. Alright, we got a daughter. Let's just raid all these lands. Let's get that plunder. There's his little army. We probably could smash him right here. Alright, we totally destroyed him. We can try to chase him. Okay, he ran the wrong way. Alright, he already disappeared, so we'll just come back to raid the fertile lands here. Alright, let's quickly get back. Alright, before I die, right, so let's ransom some people, get some more gold. Alright. Let's create that empire title. So now, I'm still missing some pieces, unfortunately. So we gotta conquer a little bit more real quick. So we need 3 pieces, so we can go for the HRE. Let's fight against this big duchy here, so that's enough, 4 pieces. Let's summon men here. And before I forget, let's make Rome our capital. Well, we're at war, so we can't. Yeah, let me win this real quick. Here's another trade event. So he can be gregarious, greedy, or lustful. Gregarious is probably the better one. Let's go for this one here. So our son is now an adult. Let's also educate the daughter over here. So she's also pure-blooded and intelligent, so that's great. Alright, he's coming because he thinks he has a chance, but we have basically pure armored footmen, so he's not going to stand a chance. Alright, and we won that. This time I can take another hostage, so let's take her. Alright, great. So now I should be an emperor. Awesome. Let's also get that prophet. So now I'm ready to reform my faith. Let's create that new faith. So let's double check to make sure I have everything I want. So I could do virtuous. Yep, because I have that big discount. Alright, great. So let's convert our new faith. And some pieces converted. What I'll do now is I'll also start a legend. I'm going to start a holy legend to hopefully convert most of my lands. Let's also make Rome our capital. Actually, I should have done that before I started the legend, because I think now the legend is gonna start over here, which we don't really want it to be there. We want it to be over here, but it's okay. Let's pick a chronicler and have her spread the legend. If we check our decisions, you'll see we can mend the Great Schism. So what this will do is, if we take a look at the religion tab, we have all these Christians here. So we have the Catholics that comprise of these lands here, and also Orthodox that comprise of the lands here. But once I mend the schism, a lot of people will convert to my religion, and so will the lands. So let's click that. So now the universal church has been restored. We are the penultimate form of Christianity. So now if we check the faith tab, you'll see that most of those Christian lands have converted to my religion. And sometimes if we click on the Byzantine Empire, for example, you'll see that all of the rulers inside have also converted to my faith. So now, since I'm the head of this large religion and I have communion, we will shortly become rich because people will start seeking indulgences with us. So now I have effectively replaced the Pope as the new Pope. He doesn't have as many Catholics backing him as I do. So I just need to now stabilize my lands, and if I can take over the Roman Empire, I will. In order to do that, I'm going to need these lands here. One of the quick things now I can do also is, since I am the head of my faith, once per lifetime of the ruler, if I take a look at the Byzantine Empire, if I declare war, You can see I can actually subjugate this empress. So I will take that title for myself and I will vassalize everyone here. So this will be a really quick way to take all of these titles here. But that does assume that this person does not split up this realm. So thankfully it's just a claim war, so someone else will still rule this big empire. So now I'm going to focus on getting these missing pieces. Let's first double check to make sure people do not hate me. You can see everyone hates me a lot, so I need to give the correct titles, and I probably need to wait a little bit for this offensive war opinion to go away. So for this person, let's check. We can see we can transfer the people. That should be correct. She also wants these other 2 titles. Let's check here. So that's my title. Let's see. She wants Orbitello. Sorry if I butchered that name. I can't actually give it to her. And she also wants Ferrara. So let's see if we can give that to her. It's probably a vassal. So let's click that. All right. So I can give that vassal to her, although they're actually already at war. Let's check our other guys. This guy is just really unhappy with us. Let's just put him on the council. This guy also is unhappy with us. He's actually still the old religion, so we do want him to convert. The chance is not too high, but we can try. So here's another event discussing how we have mended the schism. So now I have ascended as Pope. All right, cool. He did convert, but he still really doesn't like us. For the extra titles, let's actually give it to some of our other children. So for this daughter, let's give her some of these titles up here. Let's also give her some of these other titles here since I don't want them. For my heir, I don't think I can give her this title. What I can do is I can give it to someone and then grant that vassal to her. So hopefully she likes me a little more. I'll also promote Roman culture inside Rome, and this way I'll have a 1 county culture. Because Roman culture right now is dead, meaning that there is no county on the world map that has this culture. So since it will only be in Rome, Rome has a lot of development, so all of the research will be really quick. Hopefully we can finish this faster. Let me just put it on the highest person I can get. All right, let's check here. My daughter can also marry, so I'll go for it. I can ransom this guy. I'm still a little over the limit. Let's see. We have these 2 old titles over here, so let's give it to our last child here. We can give you these titles here. We can even give you that duchy title. Let me see. We are not over our limit for duchies. We do have Sardinia, which is owned by, this daughter here as well, so let's give that to her. And we can't even actually give that title to her, unfortunately. So instead, what I'll do is I could just destroy the title, and let's check what's here. So this is nice. It's a little bit of a health boost. All right, so hopefully everyone likes us a little bit more. I know you still hate me. So what I'll do now is I'll stay tribal just so I can conquer. If I go feudal right now, then I won't have access to the easy conquest Casus Belli. But first I'm going to actually just wait for this offensive war opinion to go away. So in the meantime, I'm going to host some events if I can. I actually can't right now, so let me just raid a little bit for gold. So we're going to visit our friend the Sultan here again. So let me try raiders over here. Let's raid down into here. So we do have access to crusades, so I can go for some crusades if I want to. We're gonna get some more plunder. I have another daughter. Cool. Another raiding event. We have some prisoners, so let's sell them. My daughter was captured by someone. They're at war, so fortunately can't help you there. Alright, I gotta lose some stress. Unfortunately, because the Pope's lands are so small, I don't think I'll be able to raid him and then have him summon his troops, so I can't farm him anymore for the prestige. Instead, let's check these neighbors here, see if they're decently strong. This guy's decently strong, so maybe if I just summon my men-at-arms, he might try to fight us. And this will also give us some gold. I actually don't mind raiding all the way to Paris. Alright, another event. So council's missing. Let's put our daughter back on. For spy master, Let's see if someone else is better. This guy's a champion. He's actually the wrong faith, so if I just put him here and then convert him, he should like us a lot more. This girl wants me to visit royal court. There's nothing going on, so why'd you even call me here? Right now he loves us once he's converted. This daughter we can do wrathful, forgiving, or fickle. I don't want to go higher for stress, so let's do wrathful. For the learning perks, now I can go for more health so I can live longer. I can also do one for scientific, so when I do get the single county, I will have really quick research. Alright, let's try to raid over to Paris. Raiding event. Someone tried to murder me. If we double check, it wasn't a rival, but my guess is either the Sultan over here or maybe even the Pope himself. He really hates us, but thankfully our wife protected us. Now we are still alive. Also, I can find some spouses for my other children. Let's also try to find some geniuses. That's pretty fortunate. This guy, no more geniuses. He could actually marry a sibling with pure-blooded, so let's get him to marry one of our daughters. Alright, and then I'll do the rest later. I can transfer this vassal finally, so we'll do that. I can also ransom some people. Alright, let's continue to Paris. Cool, my son's a Midas touched. Alright, that basically has capped out the gold. Let's go back home. So this is a legend event, so we can get a little bit of prestige per month or have a little control growth or just get a little discount. So we'll go for control. We can also get some ransom from this guy. Let's also check the other prisoners. So we got the queen as well. So that's a pretty good haul of money. So once we make it back to our territory, let's actually just host a feast. This way I can lose some stress, and I will also actually go for more opinion gain. Also, council is missing someone, so let's put on someone. Let's put our son. Alright, another legend event. We can have them to promote. This is a lower chance or even lower of a chance, so we'll do the highest one. Alright, we got our first Seek Indulgence event. So if we click this, you'll see that this guy had some extra gold and he's going to pay us 100 gold and he's just going to gain 100 piety. We're not going to lose 100 or give it to him. He's just going to get 100 piety for giving us gold. So these events are going to come in so much that eventually you're going to need a mod to start accepting this gold. But this is how you become the Pope and become rich. For this one, we're just going to go for the reduced stress. For this one, we can either get this guy a modifier or try to save his face. So we'll do that for him. So for these, I can either have him pay for damages or I can just say, okay, it's okay. I'm going to go for this since it gives me some direct vassal opinion. And this is a feast event giving a little health modifier. So that's always nice. All right, and the feast is over. And we also gained the eager reveler trait. So that's cool. All right, so another person seeking indulgence. Thank you for the gold. And it looks like another indulgence, also a poem, so we're just going to gain the opinion and stress loss, so thank you for the gold. Another legend event, so we try to get a little chapter or just get some opinion, we'll do that. Let's check my vassals, so probably 11 more months and then we can start going to war again. Looks like I have a sensual dream with my wife, so either Begone Spirit for more fertility or this modifier, so we're going to do this for the stress loss. The Pope actually wanted a crusade for Romagna, so we're going to have the two Christian faiths fighting against each other. You can see that a lot of them are still my faith, so if we check the crusade, you'll see that more people are pledged to me and less to him. And some of our children can marry. Alright, so we'll just wait for this crusade. This is another legend event, so I can try to become immortal or just get a little modifier. So this one's pretty nice. Another legend event, so I can try to change chapter or just lose a little piety. This chance is pretty low and I don't want to lose the vassal opinion there, so we'll just spend some piety. And another one, so we can get this little modifier and lose a lot of piety or just gain opinion. That's what I'm going to do for now. We do have another learning perk, so we're going to do that. This guy, my son, he has a claim, but sorry, I have other pressing matters. Now we're going to go down for the Holy Body. Also, since I don't really need the piety anymore, I'm going to go for scholarship to get more development. Let's also check progress, so 8 more years. We're also going to convert some counties before I forget. And this is probably more indulgences. This is a little wards event for a hostage. I can lose some stress, or I can try to give them Confiter. Go ahead. So some more Seek Indulgence, so thank you for the free gold. I can also found a holy order, so let me actually set the headquarters. We're going to have Ostia, which is the city in Rome. So we can found that holy order. Great. Here's another legend event, so we can either get some intrigue potentially or just prestige, so we're just going to go for the safe one. This one we can either get a little modifier here or get some more piety. Piety is always nice, so we'll go for that. And if we check the crusade, it's going to be a few months. We still have overwhelming support. Since I'm waiting, let me actually go on a pilgrimage. We're going to go to Byzantion. Let's try to make ourselves as safe as we can. Let's actually hire a caravan master, so that helped a lot. All right, and then we will get more piety. We'll go for altruism for more piety as well. Cool. So I'll probably be on the crusade and also having this event. So I can pay a little gold for 100 piety or just get some for free. We're going to do that one. All right, God protect us, but God's on our side. I can manage things from here. Let's check the war here. So he's got about 10,000 men. We have about 26,000 men. So let me put my rally point right to Rome. Let me also station my men before I forget. Alright, we can now raise everyone, and we could probably chill here, waiting for our allies to come. Let's see if he's the strongest. This guy is also a little stronger, and he is cheap, so let's get him. So there's a little duck. We can get a slight modifier or lose some stress. Let's just get a slight modifier. So I am now a pilgrim. It looks like someone's trying to murder me. Not surprised. So let's take a look at the chance. This is another pilgrimage event, so I don't have xenophilics, so I only can do this. It's a 23% chance. It's not terribly high, but what I'll do is, since I don't have a wife right now, let me actually find the most intriguing spells. So let's sort by intrigue. Also, I do want my legitimacy still, so I will just marry the highest highborn. So this girl here, I don't mind losing the prestige. And then let's actually change her to intrigue, and now my intrigue's a lot higher, and this chance should be a little lower. Might not reflect it now. It's another piety event. We can get some more piety here. So out of all these, we'll just make that a little more pious. For here, we can either try to get this fragment, or it's probably just not worth my time. This is only 10 gold, so actually we can take this. And then we do get that item, which is better than nothing, or I could just sell it for a profit, which I'll just do that. Alright, looks like he's just chilling on his lands there. I'm finished with my pilgrimage, so I'm coming back. This is just a tribal event, so we can fight against them or have my caravan master take care of it, or have them leave. We'll just have them take care of it. It's another piety event. I could cast it down for a little piety and this modifier, or just become a patronized local saint. Now we're going to do this one. Here's another legend event. We can try to convince this guy to promote. We can either give him an item, invest in a little gold, or give him a weak hook. These are all not too good except for the gold one or the random one. It looks like the gold one's slightly higher, so we can try that one, although we'll lose opinion. He's just a baron though, so we could just try to have this one. And here's more people paying us gold. So thank you for donating to your Pope. Alright, we got some crusaders over here. Let's go destroy them. Let's also see what can be inspired. This is a book about diplomacy, which I don't really need, so I'm okay. Alright, now the learning perks, so we're going to go down for Iron Constitution. Destroyed that army, we'll come back here. There's another travel event. We can either trample him or fight him ourselves or have our caravan master. We're just going to trample him. And I got the traveler trait. This guy can tell us our future or have him join us. His stats are not too bad, but I don't need him, so no thanks. We can get a little learning experience by trying out this little plant or having her try it. I'll just try it. Cool. So I got some learning experience. Alright, so I am back. I also visited Rome, so I got some experience there. It's good to be home. Now I can actually take over my armies. So let's take over. My wife is trying to romance me. Thank you. Alright, we smashed all those armies. So now we succeeded. We pushed the Pope back and we got some prestige and some piety. So, okay, let's check the Byzantine Empire. Let's just make sure there's no dissolution or independence. So it looks like it's just some claim wars. So let's try to get the other pieces of the Roman Empire now. I think, yep, I don't have the offensive war opinion anymore, so let's go to war. Let's first get Genoa. We're going to conquer that duchy over here. It's a little too far. Let's move our rally point a little closer. And looks like this guy is trying to murder me. We try to murder him back. We shall take command of our troops because we can. Let's actually just destroy his armies. Alright, and we captured him pretty quickly, so we can finish that war. My son is accusing me to kill someone. I could try to convince him. It looks like the first one's the highest chance, so or I could just kill him, but I don't want that, so we'll just convince him, hopefully. Alright, so we captured Genoa over here. So this guy we vassalized, we can ransom him. Let's give that extra title to my daughter. I can't actually because she's my heir. Let's give it to this daughter over here. Alright, next I'll go for Venice. We can conquer Venice. Let me check if I'll vassalize. I don't think I will, so I'll just do that. We'll move the rally point, raise everyone, and go for it. Choose ourselves because we can. This is another legend event. We can gain prestige or try to change a chapter or just get this little modifier, which is nice. We want it to spread more. In the legend, let's check our progress. It really doesn't spread that much because this area is really not that great. So that was a mistake for not changing my capital first, so I might have to just complete this and then start a new one. So I'll just do that. I'm going to complete this one and then I will start another holy legend, except this time when I start it, it's going to start here in Rome, which is going to be a lot easier to spread since I own more territory here. Alright, we captured that land there, so we can take Venice. We're going to give it to this daughter here as well. Now I can go for Croatia, although unfortunately it looks like the HRE took a little piece of Croatia as well. Let me check to see if we have... He also has a little bit of Romagna, so unfortunately we're going to have to war against him twice. We do have a hostage, so we want to return that hostage for now so I can fight him. I'm going to go for the Duchy of Croatia. And I'll also go for the Duchy of Croatia over here. So it's only just that one piece. So we'll conquer that one piece. over here of Modres. Let's raise everything and then rush over here. Let's also see if we can raise, we can actually spend some more prestige and create one more stack of armored footmen, so we'll do that. And check on my daughter, still 6 more years. One of my daughters was killed by drowning, fortunately. For this son, I'm going to make him a steward as well. I can also educate him actually, so let me educate him. So for this one, it's another legend event depending on the type of guy he is. He's a blackguard, so maybe he likes revenge. I guessed incorrectly, unfortunately. We need a new steward. Let's get the highest stewardship guy. Alright, got one more daughter. His armies are over there. Let's just take over the rest of the duchy here. Here's another event for the murder. Let's pay Hunter. Here's a plague event. Let's take the Modres here. And then let's destroy his army. So we got Croatia from him. And we have a learning perk. And let's go destroy the HRE. Alright, we can try to murder this guy. We don't succeed, we'll try again, see if we can hire someone else. Now there's no one to hire, unfortunately. Now we do have some more indulgences. I might have missed some. Let's just finish conquering HRE. Unfortunately, it's exposed. So at 5%, it probably won't succeed. So let's just get rid of that. And instead, we'll go for the Sultan over here. We can try again with someone else. Alright, the chance not too bad. So someone escaped. So let's ransom some people before they fully escape. Let's get rid of some things here so I can have a clearer way to ransom. Okay. He's got his armies going over there, so I'll conquer this and then go over there. It's another legend event. We can try to have him promote, give him gold to promote, or just do it for free. We'll try this one, so he's promoting it. If we check here, progress is already a lot better. So let's come over here. We got some indulgences, so thank you for the gold. Alright, destroyed his army. Let's continue for the rest. So I learned of someone's secret. Let's take a look here. We can try to blackmail this girl. And then hopefully we can convince her. Let's see if she's down here. She's probably just a lover of someone. We do have a secret here. Maybe we can blackmail this guy. Unfortunately, he didn't mind exposing the secret, so that was not very useful. Alright, we got some more free gold. Here's a legend event. We can prove that we can drink a lot, or tell them about it, or get shy drinker maybe. So we'll try to prove it. All right, yeah, so we're getting more gold now. You can see slowly over time, as more of the world is our religion, we're going to be crazy rich. Yeah, we just are now getting non-stop gold. So this romance is successful. We could do that. Let's come back and destroy that army. Alright, cool, we won. And we also won against this guy. Alright, so we finally got Croatia over here. We can give it to one of our newborn children. Alright, we have those pieces there. Now I need to get Tunis and Apulia and Sicily. So let's check for the offensive war opinion. I'm at -11, so it's not terrible yet. So I need to hurry. So let's try to go for Tunis over here. This guy, we can also go for this piece of Tunis. Let's raise everything here. Alright, let's hope we can kill this guy. Cool. Alright, and then who else was our enemy? I believe the Pope here, although he's not really a threat right now, so let's just leave everyone alone. Let's focus on conquering. So let's choose myself. Alright, here's a sick event. I can maybe give the royal touch, but I don't want to get typhus, so no thank you. Thank you for the gold. Got another sun, great. So we got more gold. You can see our gold is going to be increasing crazily even though I have no income. My income is actually coming from my followers. So alright, we won that. Let's fight against this guy. So this is another legend event. We can get a little discount, or we can get this legend spread chance, which is better, I think. We also have another learning perk. We can go further down. Alright, so we got that part of Tunis. Let's give it to this daughter here. Great, and now let's go for Apulia and Sicily. So let me go for Apulia over here. We're going to go for Apulia. And I also want to go for Sicily. So we got one there. We can conquer Malta. Sometimes we forget to get Malta because it's a spec, but it is part of the Duchy of Sicily, which you need. So let's bring our men here. Let's first get the island. We're going to pick ourselves. Don't forget to get indulgences. Looks like they've unlocked jihads. That's okay. Some more indulgences, thank you. Our spy master died, so we need a good spy master. Now, as much as my daughter likes me, because she's a blackguard, there's still a chance she might just want to kill me anyways, so let's not pick her. Instead, looks like this courtier is pretty good. She's not our religion, so if we just convert her, it should be a lot better. So that should be enough. I can also even try to send a little gift. My diplomacy is really bad, so it doesn't help. So let's just sway her. Alright, we won that one. We'll go for this guy next. We can give this title to this son. Get some more indulgences. Here's some more indulgences as well. Thank you. Yeah, we were at like 500 gold and now we're at 2,000 for doing nothing except being the Pope. So we're going to take Sicily. We'll give you the other titles. And now let's come for Apulia. Alright, we'll work our way there kind of. So here's some more indulgences. Looks like a daughter wants to be an ally. Sure. Let's come over here. Some more money. We are just swimming in money. I'm telling you, you're going to have a mod just to accept it because you're going to get way too much gold. So here's another plague event. Let's look at the indulgence. Let's come over here. Let's just go for his capital. So my daughter is grown up. Okay, and before I continue too far, we do want those children to marry. So this daughter can marry, so let's again go for some genetics. I do like genius as the first one, so looks like just my grandchildren here. So that's a little too long of a wait. Check the other level 3 traits. So it looks like we got some good traits here. She is the Duchess of Spoleto. Let's check to see where she's at. So she's kind of weak, so maybe we'll give her the best stewardship guy. This guy's a little old, so let's just go for this one here. Alright, and let's continue. Alright, we won that instantly. Great. And then those titles, we could probably just give to this son as well. And we got some more indulgences. Alright, so we do still need this one piece here. So let me try to murder him. And we're pretty lucky we can get his spy master. And we control everything else we need. We just need to take over the Byzantine Empire, which looks like they got a Liberty War, so it's not going to dissolve. So that's, as long as the empire is intact, we're good to go. So let me just wait on this murder, and then we'll take that one piece, and we should be ready to take Byzantine Empire. So here's another legend event. We can change a chapter or spend a little piety. We'll just spend piety to not risk. We have a lot of ransoms and indulgences, so let's get all the money we can get. Let's ransom all the people. It's a lot of people to ransom. Another legend event. Try to get another chapter or just get opinion. We'll do that. Another ransom. This guy's got some ideas, so we just get a little modifier. Thank you. Thank you for that ransom. Here's more indulgences and ransoms. Thank you. Yeah, we are rich. Here's a learning perk. We'll go for mental resilience. Some more indulgences. If we check the progress, looking pretty good. Check our counselor. We need a spy master, so let's go for... This guy's a little too crazy. This daughter is a ravener, which is also very greedy, and that's not good either. These guys are all kind of bad, so let's go for maybe this champion here, and we'll convert him. He's already converted. Yeah, we just had some bad choices for spy masters. And let me check my legend progress. It's doing pretty good. I need a new chronicler, so let's hire one and have him extol it. I could also sort for positions some more tasks and see if I can have a musician also do it. This guy's not that great, but some progress is better than no progress, so we'll just do that. Here's another legend event. We can change a chapter or change a chapter and get a little opinion or just get some piety and prestige, so let's do that. Get some indulgences. Here's another ransom. This guy is another legend event, so probably lose opinion or get suspicious legend. We'll just do that since we don't mind. Alright, I'm just waiting for this to fire, so hopefully, well, okay, we don't succeed, we'll just keep waiting. And we got more indulgences, so thank you for the gold. Even more. This is a trait event, so just, greedy, or callous. So we'll go for just. So a little more indulgences. Okay, the poem, so we could say I don't know how to feel. We'll get those indulgences. My daughter wants to be an ally, sure. Some more indulgence. This person wants an artifact. No thanks. Alright, cool. And it's actually the guy we're trying to murder, so great. We did succeed. Alright, so now let's go for that last piece of Sicily. I'm going to raise everyone here. This guy wants me to check my royal court. And again, there's nothing going on, although I can put new artifacts, so let's do that. Yep, I missed that indulgence. Here's another one though. Alright, great. Cool. We have some more prisoners. Let's ransom them. Some more indulgence. So yeah, we're swimming in money. Alright, so we won that. So now I'm finally ready. I have all the pieces that I need. So once I grant this, now I can finally take over the Byzantine Empire. And let's see. So this one's a peasant uprising. So I do want to get rid of this for him. That way these guys don't go independent. Although even if they do, they are not part of the territory we need for the Roman Empire. Let me actually just raise some raiders here. And then we'll see if we can get rid of the peasants for him. Let's check. I believe they are over here. Let's also get this free money. They might be down here, so let's rush down there. some free money as well. The Pope wants to get some claims, so we can be rivals, or I can try to write to him, but the chance is so low. Or I can just get this trusting liege modifier and become rivals, so we'll do that. So now we are going to be rivals, so let me murder him first. Let's get as much help as we can get. Let's get that free money. And then hopefully find the peasants. I believe that's the peasants. Another legend event, we can get this little modifier for a county here, or have this, so we'll just go for this one. Okay, we learned of someone's secret. So maybe we can blackmail him. So it's a pretty good secret. It's a strong hook, so we can actually use a hook to force him to join. So that increases our chance by a good amount. Let's check here to see if that was the peasant. So it looks like they are the peasants, so that's great. Help him wipe them out. This guy wants to fight in the battle. He's got no prowess and I have 14. Sure. So for duels, I usually go for the choice with as much success chance as I can, with the risk being equal or lower. So that one's pretty good. This one is the best. This one's no and no. This one's no and low. And this one's like medium high. So we can try for this. And then this is high, high, medium, high, medium, high. So we can try this one. Medium, high, no, low. Chance of medium, high we can do for this one. And we succeeded, so he's now wounded. Great. So he might die before I even get to murder him. So we're going to go for more perks down here as well. Get some more free money. I'm going to look for those peasants. Alright. So he should be able to fight these guys off. But let's actually come back here. Looks like his army's still moving. This is another personality event. Humble, deceitful, or honest. We'll just go for humble. Alright, so we can finally disband. We'll get some more gold. Alright, now I'm ready for the subjugation. So let's declare war and subjugate them. And let's summon everyone in Constantinople. And we'll go for their capital. Let's make sure we are the head. Alright, let's see if we can kill the Pope. Cool, we succeeded. Let's rush for the capital. As a guardian, we can either switch to ward or chose Menzo for reason. We're going to choose for reason. Let's continue. Alright, I'm basically done swaying this person, so all good now. Get some more free money. More free money, more alliance with my children. We got a lot of prisoners we can ransom. I'll do that after this war. Here's a plague event. We can upgrade our legend, so we'll do that. And actually, I only need it to be level 2. That way I can just complete it. But since we have time, I might as well try for level 3 to get the shrine. Right, here's more money. Someone's trying to fight me, but he doesn't know we're going to destroy him. We're going to come here. Alright, we got the Byzantine Empire. So now we have all of that. And yeah, it looks like they did go independent, but that's okay. We're going to get some more money. They want Tunis over here. We do need that, so we do need to win this war. His army strength is similar, so let's come over. Alright, we'll just take him over here. And then we'll destroy his army. Alright, I don't want to fight too long because I don't want the factions of Byzantine to rise up. So you can see there's a lot of factions. So let's first quickly white peace this. This is another personality trait event, so we can be ambitious, sadistic or paranoid. Ambitious is okay, so we'll do that. Also, we can get a perk. So let's, white piece this war. All right, so now that it's white pieced, I should have all the pieces that I need. So let's raise up our authority, and then in this way, I can adopt the feudal ways. Since right now you can see I don't have Restore Roman Empire, because actually a hidden requirement is we need to be feudal or clan. So let me adopt that. And the other requirement is if I go to the empire titles, I need to make the Byzantine Empire title my primary title. So now that that's my primary title, if I check here, you can see we have Restore the Roman Empire title here. And you can see we do have some pieces that are missing. So it looks like this guy went independent. It looks like we are still missing a little bit of Capua and also Romagna. So I do need to take those before all of these factions start forming. So for this girl, we can try to put them on the council to see if they'll be a little happier. Same thing, we're gonna put this girl here. We can actually have her develop Rome. Let's also convert a little more land. And then let's check our vassals here. All right, so we'll manage these as we go. But for now, let's finish conquering the rest. All right, we'll get those indulgences. I don't need everyone. Alright, so now it's at the max. It's in 19 months, so that should be enough time. We'll get the free gold, so I'll just wait a bit. Alright, 16 months, so I just gotta keep an eye out on that. We have a new spy master. Let's see. This girl's not too bad. She's also our cult. We should try to sway her. Get some free money. Alright, although our money is going down by a lot, the thing is, because I'm going to have a lot of people giving me money, it's okay that my income's negative for now. I'll go positive later. So let's actually just maximize my core amenities to help prevent this below grandeur. We're going to also put as many artifacts as we can. And then this is the extra one we don't need for gold. Some extra gold here. So still 13 months. Some extra gold. So 8 months. I got sick, but my health is still okay. Alright, 2 months, 1 month. Alright, so now I need to make some moves. So for this girl here, what we can do is if we can create the Kingdom of Bulgaria, we can make it so that she gets that title. She'll like us a little bit more. If we just give her some of those vassals, she should like us a little more as well. So actually, it looks like all these vassals are totally weird. Anyways, this guy is the second person, so we can get rid of him. So if I give this girl him as a vassal, he will not show up here anymore. So now the strength is down a bit. She also likes me enough that she gets off of it as well. Now there's just these people. This girl's got 20%, so I don't like to have, really messy vassals. So let's make another kingdom title. We'll make Anatolia here. We'll give it to this girl. You can have Anatolia. Let's check to see, is that enough for you? She still doesn't like us that much. You can transfer someone, so she's max opinion, so she should fall off. And then there you go. They're too weak to fight me. Let's get that free money. And then let's also fill up my vassals here. This girl is the wrong religion. We can try to convert her. Alright, let's finish off that war. Alright, well, she refused, so I can imprison her later. We can instantly get some grandeur, so let's do that. We can get free money again. So we can either kill this person here, or blind and imprison this guy. just let him do it. Till we meet again. My son and heir. Already disfigured. And of course this guy has a vassal contract with guaranteed rights. So let's, we can't even change that, so unfortunately he'll be annoying to us. We gotta get some free money. So we don't need to sway this person anymore. And one more, I think. Get some free money. Alright, we got that one county there. We do need Capua as well, and this county here as well. So we do need this entire duchy. I'm gonna holy war for it. Let's get our guys over here, summon everything. Don't forget to collect our free money. Yeah, we are just swimming in money. Even more money's coming in. Alright, we got that one. We can give it to this person. They're nearby. And then let's go for Capua over here. Okay, looks like I gotta fight this Sicily guy again. Alright, so we shall go for the Duchy of Capua. Let's summon our guys on our capital. Alright, I'm sick, so we can get a little health boost for a friend stays with us, so thank you. We'll get some free money again. Alright, someone's trying to fight us for Tunis again. Alright, we have a new spy master, so my grandson's ambitious, so that's not good. So let's give it to someone else. All these vengeful, sadistic people. My daughter here is probably the best one, so let's do that. For this faction, we got 17-month timer there, so we'll just keep an eye on this. Looks like this girl doesn't like us. It could be that the title changed hand. Looks like it did change hands, so that's why she doesn't like us anymore. Her mom does, or her sister does, so unfortunately. Alright, so we got a little friendship. Let's just get that one. Alright, get some free money. Even more free money. Got 11 months. Let's check out. Alright, his capital's there. I could try to crush his army over here. My daughter died of consumption, unfortunately. For this one, 11 months still. We'll get indulgences, so we won that one. Now I just gotta defend Tunis again. So let's come back over here. My son comes to me saying that I have murdered someone, but yeah, I had to do what I had to do. And get some more money. Alright, so we won that holy war. Let's get a hostage, so hopefully he will stop bothering me. Okay, let's get some more money. And so now we can restore the Roman Empire. And so these are all claimant factions usually. And we'll see that if we check the Byzantine Empire, there's a lot of claimants. But the nice thing is if we restore the Roman Empire, we not only get the Roman Empire and also get this nice Augustus trait, we also combine the de jures of those two empires. So now the Roman Empire de jure is Byzantine plus Italia. but also the claimants have now been erased, and now it's only my children and family. So now all those pesky factions should go away soon. So you see they all disappeared because they are no longer valid. Alright, so that's how in 47 years we became the Pope of the Christian world. We are getting filthy rich, and we also managed to restore the Roman Empire. And so now all I need to do is just develop up these lands, especially Rome. And thanks to Rome being a single county culture for Roman culture, if we check here, you'll see that for the innovations, there is about 0.68 progress per month. And if we check Italian, you'll see that their progress is like 0.3. So we're going to research things a lot faster than any other culture, since we only have one county that's super developed. So actually, I should have picked something else, but I was really busy conquering. So the first one that I would probably pick here would either be hoardings, or in this case, I could do heraldry to just give house seniority so that my succession is a lot more clean. Right now, I'm going to lose just one title, but these titles are going to split a lot frequently, so that might not be very convenient. But yeah, that's how you become the Pope, to become super rich. And we also managed to restore the Roman Empire. Thanks for making it this far in this video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. It helps me tremendously, so thank you so much. You can also check out my channel for other guides or playthroughs, and leave a comment below if you have any questions or want to see a specific topic discussed. Thanks again from Bread God, and hope you have a good day.